This morning on the huddle, we're live. We're going to be talking about 10 big mistakes that small and new YouTubers have made in their journey that's hindering their growth in getting views and hindering their growth in growing their channel. And we're starting right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for the huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the huddle. If you haven't had an opportunity yet to subscribe to the channel, we want to encourage you to subscribe and also click the alert notification button. That will alert you when we go live and we post a new video because it's going to add value to your life. This morning, we want to say good morning to those of you who are tuning in on YouTube. As we go live, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. And those of you who will be watching the replay, let us know where you're watching us from. Give us a hashtag replay. So this morning, we're going to be talking about 10 big mistakes that new YouTubers have made in their journey that's hindering their growth and getting views on their videos, and that is stopping them from growing their channel. Because as content creators in this journey of YouTube platform, we are going to make mistakes unless you come into this on this platform knowing all the fundamentals of what it takes to make a successful video to get you views and grow your channel. It's going to be a learning curve for you, and you're going to make mistakes. And in mistakes that are made, we have to make the decision to learn from them. However, when we fail to learn from them, it's going to stop our growth as content creators. This is true even in life. Think about when you made your first mistake. It's something you were trying to accomplish. Depending on your response, depending upon your reaction, once you got off through with your feelings, you had a decision to make. Were you just going to wallow in your mistakes, or were you going to then learn from them? And it is the same true in life, and it is the same true on YouTube. And so let's get into these 10 tips, these 10 big mistakes that new YouTubers will make in their journey, even a small YouTube channel. And I dare even say, even some of the established YouTubers will make mistakes from time to time, but they know what they are, they identify them, and they move on from them. So, mistake number one is not focusing on an audience, not focusing on a specific audience, finding your niche. Yes, when you first start doing YouTube, you start to make videos based upon what you desire to want to make, what you feel that you think people want to watch. But because you're new to YouTube, YouTube has to kind of serve your content out to viewers to see who will be attractive to your videos, who will resonate and connect to your videos. And as they connect to your videos, give me 1 second here. Okay, perfect. As they connect to your videos, then you start to develop and understand who your audience is. But if you're just making variety content, just posting videos on tech, uh, posting and vlogging on content that's important to you at the moment, posting video content on the latest trends of what's going on in the world, or even say on YouTube, um, people are not going to really be able to connect with your content, YouTube is going to find it difficult to get you in front of the audience. And so this is probably a key mistake new and even small YouTubers make when they're first starting out. They don't have a focus niche. They don't have a focus audience. And as a result, it's going to hinder them from growing and getting views on their video. It's going to hinder them from growing their YouTube channel. When I first started out, I had my own desire and interest to start a YouTube channel that was reaching out specifically to men, to encourage them to be great husbands and devoted fathers and faithful sons. And I would make videos primarily to speak to men issues. But after a couple of months, I began to realize that people just were not resonating and connecting to my videos. And so I had to kind of say, okay, this is something I have a passion for, but is this something that the audience really wants to watch? Because at the end of the day, to have a quality video is going to be determined, I believe, based on the people who click on your videos, who watch your videos, who comment on your videos, who like your videos, who share your videos. So no matter how passionate you as a content creator, YouTuber may be about a particular subject matter, if people are not connecting with it, that means you have to kind of take a self inventory and say, okay, what do I need to do different here so that I can connect to a focused niche and audience that's going to connect? And I believe that that takes some introspect and some searching as a content creator to find out who connects on your video. Tip number 2, not making searchable content. And again, this kind of goes in line with when you're first starting out on YouTube, you're just posting your first 100 videos. Yes, your first 100 videos are going to probably be some of your worst videos, but because the videos that you're making, or some of the videos that I was making in the beginning, a lot of these videos were not searchable videos. Like, for example, how like a how-to video, how to get more views and subscribers on your YouTube video. That's a search, some searchable content that people search. How to better understand the purpose for my life or your life. That's searchable content. 7 ways that you can better understand the passion that you have for your life. Searchable content. But what I was doing in the beginning, I would just kind of create a video on discovering your purpose and just put discovering your purpose in the title, putting it in the description, and putting maybe purpose on the thumbnail. And there was nothing there that was searchable that would cause someone to look for. I had to kind of learn that Google is the number one search engine that people search and look for material, search and look for content. Not only is Google the number one search engine, but YouTube is the second use search engine that people use to be able to find content that is relevant to them, that addresses a pain point. And so the mistake that I had made, and the mistake that I had to learn from, was I had to stop just making content, but it had to be searchable content that would resonate and and be important to my viewers that I was trying to reach, the audience, the niche that I was trying to reach. So it took a lot of work in my journey on YouTube to be able to niche down. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion this morning, because we're talking about 10 big mistakes that new and small YouTubers make that hinder their growth on their channel and hinder them from getting more views, do me a favor, smash the like button, give us a thumbs up, and give us a hashtag value. Let's go to tip number 3. Tip number 3, if I can get it to click on, boom. Consuming too much content, where in tip number 2, the mistake is not knowing how to make searchable content. But then mistake number three, if you're really serious about YouTube and you want to make this a full-time business where you draw and make a full-time income, or as a business owner, you want to increase your leads or increase your sales and revenues. As a content creator, we have to challenge ourselves and say, how much time are we putting into this? Is this just a passion project or is this a goal? And see, a goal is something that is specific, it's measurable, it's obtainable, it's realistic, and it is timely. Just to have that SMART goal, you have to then invest the time in working and making that goal come to pass. But some of the challenges that we all face is we consume so much content that we say, well, I don't have enough time today. I'll put it off till tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you say, well, I got to do something with the kids. I'll put it off tomorrow. Oh, I want to watch, Disney Plus because the latest Hawkeye series episode is on, so I put it off tomorrow. We're so busy consuming so much content that we're not making enough time to create content. I let that breathe for a moment. We're so busy making content or watching content that we're not letting it resonate. I want to say good morning to Mr. Paul Andre De Vera. Yes, sir. Then I got the man, the legend, Mr. Dean Reynolds. Let me get over here so I can pull you guys up. I'm trying to get more engaged in using these tools with StreamYard. Give me a second here. Boom. There he is. There's the legend there, Mr. Paul Andre De Vera. Good morning, sir. Good morning. And then we got, boom, Mr. Dean Reynolds. Man, I got to get you back on the show, man, in 2022. You and Paul, man, you guys, you are awesome. I'm so grateful just to have a connection with you guys, building an online relationship. And so I am so excited to take it to the next level in 2022. Let's get back to our content here. Oh, did I take Paul down? Okay. Is that what it is? Gotta take Dean down. Then go here. Yeah, I'm trying to get more. Okay, there we go. So we left off on consuming content. So, for me, I'm stepping on my own toes, Paul and Dean. I love watching Marvel movies. I'll spend some time and watch Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then I'll go back to back and watch Civil War, and then I'll get into Infinity Wars, and then I'll get into watching End Games. So now I don't spend a good 8 hours there watching 4 Marvel movies where I could have easily put some time in making some new content on developing a new skill. And so hold on, let's get this mouse to work. There we go. Gosh, come in here. Okay, perfect. I spent so much time watching the latest Marvel movies that are out that I haven't spent any time making any content. I haven't spent any time batching out any new content. I haven't spent any time developing. And so consuming too much content instead of being a content creator is a big mistake that new and small YouTubers make. Now, life is a balance. Things do happen. You know, uh, finances can get tight and there can be some issues. I realize we got to balance some things. YouTube is not the center and most important thing in our life. I believe faith, your relationship with God, family, and your career and your profession, in that order. If you're a father or a wife or a mother or a daughter, family, and then after that you move on. But I'm talking about when you got your priorities in order and you're just spending so much time consuming content instead of creating content. And that's a key mistake we make as content creators. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion of 10 mistakes that new or small YouTubers make that hinder them from growing on their channel, give me a hashtag value, smash the like button, and click the thumbs up for me. Tip number 4, another mistake that I've really had to work on throughout 2020 is to stop making confusing and bad titles. I'll go back to my earlier days when I was first making videos that was specifically addressed to encourage men. I would try to, make a video about encouraging men about having courage in life to be able to live and be the man that God called them to be. But what I would put in the title is just courage. Or I would put, the call to courage. There was no keyword research. There was no SEO thought process put into it. It was just a title that was just plain and vanilla and basic. And YouTube didn't say, "Oh, okay, we're trying to get this video um, before people," but there's nothing that gonna cause the audience, the viewer, to stop scrolling on their mobile phone to say, "I need to click." But if I would have said, "Hey, 5 tips to help you to have more courage in your life," uh, 10 tips for you to be able to have courage in difficult times, then now I have a title now that's more resonant, and that is going to cause people to want to click on, and I'm learning, just like as you are, those of you who are part of the huddle community. It's about the topic, it's about the title, it's about the thumbnail, it's about having a good package that people are going to want to identify. I was listening to my good friend Paul Andre de Vera, who was being interviewed yesterday, and he used the analogy of Netflix, about how Netflix, when they put videos for us to watch, the type of thumbnails, and we'll get into that tip next. But the thumbnail, the title, the description. But if we have bad and confusing titles, that's going to hinder our opportunity to get more views on our videos. I'm telling you from experience. I've experienced it myself. I'm all pumped and excited. Got my video uploaded. Excited that I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get all these views. And then after 30 days, I only got one viewer who watched the video. And I'm devastated and I'm frustrated, saying, why is YouTube not showing my videos? Why is YouTube not getting my content out to people to watch? Why are people not clicking on my videos, when the truth of the matter is maybe I just had a bad title. I had a confusing title. Episode 1999. Check out the topic on getting courage. Confusing and bad titles is a mistake new and small YouTubers will make, but it's about learning from that mistake, moving forward from that mistake. All right. So tip number 5, and we'll just go right into tip number 5, which is poor thumbnails. Again, if I have a bad topic, if I have a bad title or a confusing title, and I got poor thumbnails, nobody's going to click. And I love the analogy my boy Paul yesterday used. He talked about being able to look at other platforms like Netflix, being able to look at Amazon Prime, and some of these things that we engage on as consumers. And what gets us to click is the thumbnail. The thumbnail that has enough characters on it that it's readable. The image is clear and large enough. It's not confusing, and we immediately click on. I've had to really take a look at some of the videos that I even watch on YouTube. I tend to watch a lot of motivational and inspirational videos. One particular that I watch is it's a video on Stephen Curry, and it's called Unbroken. I don't know the name of the YouTube person, but I just search, videos on Stephen Curry, and they have this image of Steph and it just has unbroken, and it's the type of thumbnail that just makes you click. I've clicked on videos where I've watched on Kobe Bryant, and the thumbnail just speaks to me as a viewer, that causes me to click, and I say, okay, if this person is connecting and making these types of videos, and the thumbnails are clicking, then I need to learn from that. You need to learn from that, because that's the only way we're going to grow on YouTube, and get the views and the subscribers that we need. Um, go right into tip number 6. Hmm. This one, I'm probably going to step on my own toes, guys. But if you guys can connect with this, let me know in the chat where you just fail to get to the point. Give me a hashtag fail to get to the point when you're uploading your videos, doing your live streams. You're trying to make a point, and you're just all over the place. I heard the analogy that sometimes, if you're in a marriage relationship, if you ask your wife what's for dinner, she'll say, "Oh, I went to Stop and Shop, picked up some groceries, went to Trader Joe's. I saw in the grocery store, um, uh, Sister Andrea, and we were talking about what's going on with her children. And then after that, I got into traffic, and there was a bad accident. And then I finally got home and realized that I left a bag of groceries at the store, and I had to go back. And I simply asked the question, "What's for dinner?" And she went or you said, "What's for dinner?" And they went all over the place. But we as men, most of us, I'll say most of us, you ask us what's for dinner, and we'll say, "Hey, we're gonna have some beans and franks." Nah, I'm just kidding. But you get the point that I'm trying to make. As a content creator, I've had to learn to be able to get to the point, so that I don't lose my audience, and lose my viewers, or confuse my viewers by just giving too much information out there. Okay. Tip number 7, a confusing message. And give me 120 seconds, those of you in the chat section, in the huddle community. Here's what I mean by this. When I first started on YouTube, a lot of my content that I was making was geared towards men. And as I began to evolve, I started making videos that would encourage people to find their passion and purpose in life. So again, a lot of motivational, a lot of inspirational videos. I began to pivot early in this year, of making YouTube tips and tutorials, making live stream shows such as what we have, or every week we will have a great guest like my good man Dean Reynolds, Paul Andre De Vera, Steve Worthy. We've been fortunate this year to have some established YouTubers like Benji Travis, Dan Courier from People of Video, Dale Roberts, and so many more. And we're just excited about opportunities of having some more established YouTubers. And so what was happening, that I'm starting to look at my analytics, YouTube would serve my videos, or my tips and strategy videos. The viewers would watch the videos, but then when it came to recommending them another video, because I had all that old content on encouraging men, or encouraging you to find your passion and purpose, they were looking at and saying, or you were looking at and saying, "Wait a minute, I clicked on Walter's channel to watch YouTube tips and strategies, or to watch a live stream interview on how to grow my channel. Why is he telling me about manhood? Why is he telling me about passion and purpose? Those things are important, but that's not what I want." And so what I've had to start doing now is to start taking that content down that I've made over the last 2 years, and put it just take it down now. And so that way I have a consistent brand and message, because I didn't know that that was hurting me for past videos. And I don't know if you can connect with that yourself. Put in the chat section, you know, some of your examples that you've had. And so that's a mistake that as you start to grow, if you're pivoting or you're changing on your YouTube channel, um, it's going to cause you to end up making a mistake and hindering your growth in video. The chat is blowing up this morning. I am so excited to you guys, Paul and Dean. Y'all riding with me this morning, so I appreciate it. Those of you also who may be watching us on YouTube this morning, we're talking about 10 mistakes that new or small YouTubers have made or are making that's hindering their growth and them not getting views on their channel. And so if you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching us from. Give us a hashtag value. Want to give a shout out to those of you who will watch the replay. Give us a hashtag replay in the comment section. Tip number 8, doing it alone, just being a lone ranger on YouTube and never really trying to develop relationships with other great content creators like my man Dean Reynolds and Paul Andre de Vera, Steve Worthy, giving some shout outs this morning. James Hicks. Um, in the beginning, I was just out there by myself. And then I began to challenge myself and say, okay, if I want this channel to grow, I got to learn how to collaborate with others. And I had a great last week huddle collaboration interview show with Paul, Mikhail, Lewis, and just doing that panel discussion on how to get noticed on YouTube. It challenged me that, hey, collaboration is something that is not just for me, but it's about adding value to other content creators, giving them a platform so that maybe I can expose them to my audience. My audience may not be as big as theirs, but if I can expose them to maybe 5 to 10 new people who may need help on SEO and keyword research that Paul is a specialist on. If I can expose them to Dean, who is a music publishing YouTube established guru, and being able to understand about, being able to have the right type of music in your videos where you don't get a copyright claim or strike, then I can point them to my man Dean. And so, but when you're all by yourself, alone, let me tell you something. It's only going to take you so far. There is a reason why there is no I in team. There's a reason why in the NBA, you can play bully ball for so long and try to bring the team back and win. But after a while, the team is going to understand, hey, let's build a wall around this player and let them not get to the basket and put the ball into the hoop. Let's play some team defense here and make him take the ball out of his hand and put the ball in one of his teammates' hand, and they're gonna fold under the pressure. That's because that person is doing it alone. And sometimes we're like that as content creators. We got the ball in our hand and we don't want to collaborate with anyone else who's a 3-point shooter. We don't want to pass the ball and pass it along to someone else who has a good jump shot. And so as a result, that's a mistake that we as content creators can make, and we got to learn from. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion, 10 big mistakes that new or small YouTubers make that keeps them from growing on YouTube and getting views on their videos, give us a hashtag value, smash the like button by clicking the thumbs up, and giving those of you who are watching the replay hashtag replay. Boom. Tip number 9, your audience retention. And so what I'm speaking about here, let me just click over here right quick to something else. All right, there we go. So I think the way I worded it was not focusing on my audience retention on my YouTube analytics. And when you get into your YouTube analytics, it's going to show you how your video is doing, how long people are watching your videos, and when they drop off. And as you start to grow and as you start to get that momentum and repetition in making videos, as you start to learn how to make some good, decent videos, Your analytics is going to give you some insights on what videos are connecting with your audience and what videos that are not connecting. Maybe it's the intro on the video. Maybe it's a little too long, and after they watch the intro, they only watch a few minutes of the video, and then you get the hockey stick. And as I've been looking at my analytics, I said, okay, got some serious issues here, and I gotta address them so that way I can make the channel grow and get more views. And it's a matter of learning from your mistakes as a content creator. And it's a process. It is a process. This is not something that we all just get on YouTube and learn right away. And but it's a mistake more or less that we at some time are going to make if we don't start getting into our YouTube analytics and being able to understand how the YouTube analytics has such a wealth of information that can help us grow our channels, get more views on our videos, and get more subscribers for our channel. And so to ignore our YouTube analytics is a big mistake. Now, I said 10 tips, and I was only able to get 9 up here in StreamYard. So my 10th tip is going to be blaming YouTube or others on why you're not getting enough views, why you're not getting enough subscribers on your channel. Why is it that more people are not watching my live stream? And I had to really think about this mistake, and I realized just the thought process, the mindset, and the attitude of blaming someone that takes a lot of negative energy out of you. And I think it can open the door to burnout when you're blaming someone else, when the truth of the matter is the buck stops with you as the content creator. The buck stops with me as the content creator. If people are not clicking on our videos, and let me rephrase that, the right people, because we can make the appeal and the throughout the net to say I want people to subscribe to my channel. You can get Uncle Bob to subscribe to your channel. You can get um Aunt May to subscribe to your channel. But if Aunt May or Uncle Bob don't watch your content, they're just subscribing and it's not helping your channel to grow. So sometimes we end up getting the wrong people to subscribe and they don't never even watch your your videos. That's why I'm so cautious about sometimes about subscribing to all these different streaming services like HBO Max and others. Nothing against them personally or Paramount, because for me to subscribe to their channel or their services just to watch one piece of content, like I remember when Justice League and the Zack Snyder cut came available and they redid the Justice League and it was going to be about 4 hours. I was fine about watching it, but I wasn't going to end up subscribing to their streaming service to watch all the other content. I was only interested in the Snyder cut for Justice League. The same thing can be even sometimes about watching certain pay-per-views with the WWE and watching Roman Reigns and the Bloodline put a hurting on the competition, but I'm not interested in any of all the other content that Paramount has, and sometimes we end up taking that mentality, that attitude of saying, okay, I need more subscribers. I need more subscribers. But if we're getting the wrong type of subscribers and they never watch our videos, we're not getting any views. The channel is not growing. We can't reach goals such as your first 1,000 subscribers or your 4,000 hours of watch time. It's because we're reaching out to the wrong audience. We're getting the wrong people to connect with our content, and then we get upset and we blame YouTube. We get upset and we blame others. You know, you have a lot of family and friends. You may have people in your church that people say, "I'll support you, I'll support you," and then you look and you put all this energy in sending these links in Facebook Messenger, instant messages. Hey, here's my latest video. Check it out, and you hit about 20 people. Then Facebook taps you on the wrist and say, "Hey, stop all that click going in instant message and sending links to everybody like that." And then at the end of the day, 30 days later, maybe one person out of 20 people you reached out and no one has subscribed or to your channel or watched any of your videos. And as a result, we have this negative energy where we're blaming YouTube, we're blaming others. And that's just not good. It's not good. Hey, Paul, Dean, if you guys are in your YouTube battle station, you got a mic, you got your camera up. Here, I will put the link. Give me 1 second. I will put the link in the chat. And if you guys want to come on and kind of give me your feedback on some of the things we've been talking about, I would love to have you on. Give me 1 second here. Boom. Okay. We're going to do right quick. We're going to do a quick break. And let me drop this link in the chat. So anybody wants to come on, you can come on and we can talk about and have a discussion on how we've had to learn from our mistakes. We'll be right back. We are back. I'm just kind of putting the chat there, the link in the chat for you guys. So if you guys want to come on, and Dean, I was just kind of reading through some of the chats, and I really appreciate a good learning bonus tip you gave me in terms of how I kind of put out these tips. I could have put this in a slide presentation. You are so correct. Then that way it'd have been much easier for me in terms of being able to present this content in an efficient and flowing way. So that is a bonus tip that my man Dean has already threw out in the chat. And so I truly appreciate that. I put the link there in the chat section. So if you guys are at your battle station, you guys are so welcome to come on. I really appreciate you guys hanging on to me, hanging out with me this morning, because just wanted to come on and have a live stream and just share some YouTube tips and strategies. We got a great guest coming on next week who's going to be talking about we as content creators who need to learn how to push past our limiting beliefs as content creators on why we struggle on being able to grow as content creators. Some of the limiting beliefs that come to mind is, I don't have enough resources, or I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough knowledge on how to learn how to start a YouTube channel or to use certain equipment. And that may be true to a certain point, but if you don't have the willingness to want to learn and become a student, then that limiting belief can hold and keep you from growing on YouTube. And so we have a great guest who's coming on next week who's going to be talking about, we as content creators need to be able to push past our limiting beliefs so we can grow on YouTube. And so, as I think back here, we only got 26 days left, just pivoting here. Um, with this year coming to a close, 27 days left. Yeah, I forget 31 days in December and 27 days left. And this year is almost coming to a close, and 2022 is going to kick off. And, you know, I'm so appreciative and grateful for the online relationships I have established with Dean, Paul, my boy Steve Worthy, James Hicks, to see how the growth that I've had in these these last third and fourth quarters on my YouTube channel, being able to get more views and more subscribers. And in the first two quarters, it was kind of I was struggling, but in the third and fourth quarter, things begin to pick up. I got a chance to go to Grow with Video uh, conference that's held by Think Media and Sean Cano, and as a result, walked away with a lot of great wealth and knowledge and experience from it. Developed some great relationships from it as a result of my good man Paul and some others. And so 2021, it's been a year of progress. It's been a year of great progress for me, and I'm excited for 2021, and I'm excited for 2022. Not only will it be um, a year of progress, but it's going to be a year of significant growth. I'm looking for a year of significant growth in 2022. 2021 has been a year of progress, learning from my YouTube mistakes and learning, being willing to learn from other content creators as well. And I'm quite sure you can say the same for yourself. And so we are excited. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream that we've talked about, 10 big mistakes that new and small YouTubers make and that keeps them from growing on YouTube and their channel, give us a hashtag value and smash the like button by clicking the thumbs up. And to those of you who are going to watch the replay, we are so grateful for you who will watch the replay. Give us a hashtag replay in the comments and click the like button. And so those are my 10 tips this morning. Like I said, if anybody wants to come on, that's in the chat. We put the link there so you can come on if you are in your battle station studio this morning. Or other than that, I understand maybe you may be watching on your mobile phone, um, traveling on the road, or just kind of doing some things. I appreciate the fact that, like I said, Paul, Andre, you guys have been on with me this morning, and just chatting it up, putting some great feedback in the comment section. Dean, I'm really going to take your recommendation to heart. And really, when I come to do my next 10 tips or my next 5 tips, it is definitely going to be a slide presentation, since that's another great feature that StreamYards has put on their platform for ease of use. No, this stream is not sponsored by StreamYard, but nevertheless, they got some great tools in here. So I got to up my live stream game to make it more easier for me so that I can be able to get this content flowing and I can get to all these great chats that you guys have been putting in here all morning. And so, hey, I think we're going to bring it to a close here. And I don't think, if there's nothing else to say, no sense of rambling on. But again, I want to thank those of you who will be watching the replay, and to my good friends Paul and Andre who have been hanging out with me this morning, and being in the chat. I want to thank you guys for just making this live stream, a very interactive live stream, and where we can all learn together and to grow. And if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to this YouTube channel where we help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. So we're going to get on out of here. And as we close out, we always close out by saying, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's God's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We'll see you on the next huddle. Peace.